So my name is Chris Kent. I'm Senior Director of Product Marketing here at HashiCorp, and I kind of oversee product marketing for our security and networking product line, so Vault, Console, and Boundary. It's been great to be back. So I was here in 2019. It's such a cool city, and it's just a great chance to be able to connect with the users and the people who are implementing, and just there's a certain level of that kind of interaction that we just kind of been missing for the last several months or several years. And so it's been really great to kind of get back and get to talking with a bunch of folks and kind of hear how they're using products and what's next for them and whatnot. It's been pretty cool. Yeah, great question. So it's kind of started, depending on where you want to look in the timeline. It originally started with Vagrant. I think it was 2012. But really what started happening was kind of started around this idea of how do you kind of deploy and run infrastructure and applications across all these kind of different cloud providers, hybrid, these different environments. And then a lot of the products have been kind of created or spun out of really challenges that we faced originally. So like Vault came out of something where with Terraform we needed a way to kind of securely store access to these credentials during the workflow. And so a lot of these kind of products or projects have kind of come out of challenges that we were trying to solve internally, and then they kind of just start to evolve from there. And so now we look across really the four kind of areas, which is infrastructure, security, network, and applications. And so if you kind of attended the keynote part, you could kind of see how those are starting to really build out based on different needs and different kind of work areas and work streams. So. Oh yeah, so Terraform is really this we kind of took this approach as infrastructure as code. So the ability to provision and kind of manage infrastructure across all your different environments, but do it through a programmatic way. And it was really kind of around that orientation of, instead of having to maybe use a cloud provider APIs for provisioning in AWS and using a different kind of structure within Azure or GCP, Alibaba, whatever it might be. It was really around how do you kind of create a single workflow to where you can anything really ultimately with an API that you can automate, do it through a programmatic way. But then that also started to kind of work through how can we do this across teams and across companies and share those kind of resources with the Terraform providers and whatnot. Yeah, well, one of the strengths around Terraform is the ability to abstract away the technology side of it. So you can deploy, let's say, an application, or you want to create a infrastructure to run an application in maybe it's AWS, maybe it's GCP, maybe it's within kind of your local environments. But the idea is that you don't have to have different ways of doing it across that. You can just have that kind of singular point in. And then we're over 2,000 Terraform providers, so the extent or reach within ecosystem and integrations really allows people to adopt it in kind of the way that they need it. We've always had a saying within HashiCorp, which is workflows, not technologies. So that idea that you can bring whatever kind of workflow you want into the your work streams and have it really have very little impact in terms of having to redo things or kind of operate in a different manner. But it's really kind of around that idea of no matter where your environments are, how do you kind of provide that kind of single workflow so that you can deploy all these things kind of very seamlessly. Yeah, so Console, it's a very powerful product around, depending on how people use it. It originally started as a kind of service discovery product, which is oriented around how do you kind of dynamically, or how can you dynamically discover where all your services are run, kind of collect that in a overall catalog, and then be able to map out the health and where things are running when it's kind of coming down. But it's really evolved over the last couple of years, where it's really it's an incredibly powerful service mesh right now. So how do you kind of network and connect those different services together? And then more recently, I think it was in January, we also just announced a new API gateway with it, which allows to kind of work with how do you route traffic within the product and across these kind of different services. And it's that second kind of stage. So once you've kind of provisioned infrastructure, Console's really the way to kind of take it from there, and you can say, how do we now connect all these things together in a logical service like kind of intention-based way to where you can say that these applications can talk to these databases and kind of start to abstract away some of the maybe more historic ways of doing networking. So yeah. I mean, Vault is very near and dear to my heart, so I always like talking about it. But it's a really powerful product that kind of again came out of this like very real need we had. I think it was about at this point 7 years ago around how do you secure access to some of your most critical systems and data, and a lot of the kind of historic ways of doing that was with security. Like when you had the kind of control of your own data centers, it was a lot of people had hard-coded secrets or credentials or whatever it might be. So Vault was really created around this way of how do you securely protect access, right? So we created it like the kind of the initial use case a lot of people adopt Vault for is what we call secrets management, and it's really this idea of how do you securely either protect or create and dynamically rotate credentials, tokens, encryption keys, really anything that's like going to be needed for access. And then it's continued to kind of evolve over the years. It's also an incredibly strong encryption tool. So when you're talking about governance of data and how do you protect data that's either in rest, like sitting in a database, or if it's going across these multiple like networks, Vault also provides a really kind of robust API for doing that programmatically. So that a lot of this, you can abstract the security away, so that like your developers, all they need is the API. They say, hey, give me a secret, or like encrypt this data or decrypt this data. So it's very kind of a simple way to kind of programmatically add security across that whole kind of stack. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, I'm Giulio Covassi, the founder of Kiratech. Kiratech is a company based in Verona, Italy. We cover Lugano, Switzerland. So we are Kiratech and Kiratech Swiss, two different companies. So basically, we are specialized on cloud native technology. Our vision and mission is to help customers to digitalize, to produce better software, faster, secure, and we use it having three technology pillars. One is cloud, so partner of the major, hyperscaler and IBM Cloud. Second one, DevOps, Kubernetes, GitOps, and observability. The third one is our brand, Akit, and it is the business unit specialized on cybersecurity, cloud native cybersecurity. Beside that, we run services, we resell enterprise subscription, we are partner of HashiCorp, we are one of the best partner in Europe. So today they mentioned my company during the keynote. And again, services, reselling subscriptions, trainings. We are CNCF Silver member, Cloud Native Computing Foundation Silver member, and we are official trainer. We think it's very important to invest on trainings because there is a shortage of people. Then you have to upskill or reskill the people that are not able to work with it. And last but not least, we run on 24/7 services, MSK, the name. It is Managed Services by Kiratech. And basically we help customers to co-manage a new technology like Kubernetes, Cluster Elastic, HashiCorp Vault, for example.
Excellent.
We started to work, and I think is the real masterpiece of HashiCorp, and is Vault Enterprise. We work a lot with Vault, so secrets management, and well, let's say security in general. But it's very good also Consul. We have an insurance, one of the biggest, or probably the biggest insurance company in Italy, and we made a project with Consul, Service Mesh. Very nice, very deep technical things, but very good for cloud native and microservices as well. We like also Terraform and Nomad, but again, probably our best use case are with Vault and with Consul as well.
Yeah, is there anything on the roadmap that you've seen from Hashi that is particularly exciting to you?
Well, I'm not a technician anymore, but I saw the announcement for Terraform 1.2. So I think, there are the workflow, the conditional workflow, or the anti-drift technology. So I think it's very nice. The product is growing. HashiCorp is one of the best company on IT. You can count probably on the end as a cloud native, innovator. They claim today cloud 2.0 with the product Terraform. Amsterdam is ugly city. No, I'm joking. Amsterdam is the most beautiful city in the world, probably. It's a balance of technology, liberalism, and good feeling, good vibes. So Amsterdam, I love. Well, my last time in Amsterdam was 1998, 24 years ago. So you can imagine. After that, the conference is awesome. Gazulder, the place is incredible. I saw them, they make electronic music concert, like for example, Tale of Us, Italian DJs, and was there. So I really enjoy the place. A very beautiful facility, very modern but ancient, And again, the conference is good. I really like it. I enjoy, and it's obvious, in person is better. If you have to make relationship, not only selling, but also, talking, make things, thinking to new projects, the best way is in person, with the sun, in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe that I really love it here. And this has been a great event. It's a great location. Food is also really good. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, it's been really lovely so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like beaches, and it's very inspiring me. Quite good atmosphere here.
Yeah, I like seeing the new features coming out. We're real excited about that because they'll be really useful for us. Yeah, we're on a cloud engineering team. We kind of work like a SWAT team for a global company. So I guess you could say it's like what HashiCorp was saying earlier, a cloud platform team that kind of brings together infrastructure and security and all that, and applications. We do a lot of Kubernetes, for instance. Like specifically, we started off on Azure primarily, and we're moving off into both GCP as well as AWS for multi-cloud experience. And so that's kind of what we do. We build reusable modules and patterns and architecture. And so while we build these things and put governance around it as code, as well as documentation as code, and trying to help our end users, the consumers, to use it with as little of our support as necessary. And it's been working out really well, but we're still honing the processes and such. And, yeah. We started off with Terraform, and that's the biggest one we use at the moment. We've expanded with Packer for images where we need to. We try and stay away from too much IaaS and try and stick with services, PaaS, as much as possible. But we also use Vault quite a bit. We've already POC'd that with a couple projects, and now we're working on putting together full clusters and centralizing that for a bunch of different zones, because we have our company set up with a bunch of different tenants, Azure tenants from all over the place, so they all need to connect. So we're going to make a centralized zone for that. We're also very interested in console as well.
Yeah, we also have a POC for using Boundary. It's quite amazing tool because it's simplify the work for operation team and for everyone. So, and we consider using maybe console in the future, but now we discover this possibility.
Yeah, we would love to use console. Just trying to get that buy-in from the company. Do we really need it? Everyone's so used to legacy infrastructure and networking that it's hard to get them on board with service mesh and stuff. Exactly. Yeah, we're very excited for it. It's not one of our biggest priorities right now, but it's definitely it's a priority on our roadmap. So we're really hoping to adopt that sooner than later.
So yeah, my name is William. I'm a DevOps engineer working at the Cyborg Games. So we just produced the most downloaded game on Android, which is the Subway Surfers. We also have like Blades of Green, and yeah, I just take care of the infrastructure over there.
Yeah, cool. So my name is Caio. I'm from Brazil. I work on Dash. It's the tech company from Young Capital. There's a Dutch company. We do like some sort of air-raid systems like human resources, but with some sort of machine learning and stuff like that. So we empower young people to find the first job and also older people, but yeah, mostly young people.
Oh, mainly it would be the Terraform,
Terraform,
because like
Everyone
it really
uses
it saves time, like and then like especially for us that we just use GCP, so it integrates quite well with GCP. Now we are aiming towards and we also use the Terraform Cloud for provisioning our infrastructure. And now I'm just aiming towards maybe using Vault for a secret management service. So we need that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I also use Terraform right now. In the past, I used Terraform Enterprise, Vault, Packer.
Oh yeah, I do use Vagrant, Packer
I am
in
the
my
only
previous
guy
company.
that loves Vagrant, I think.
No,
Every time I keep asking about Vagrant, and everyone, that's too old.
If you just run like virtual machines, you need to have like
it's
you need
good.
to have that.
Yeah, I also run a YouTube channel that I teach DevOps, so all videos are using Vagrant. So
Of course, yeah.
it's fast.
Fast, quite fast, yeah. Yeah, in my case, it would be just like a transition to a secret management. So I've been studying for Vault. I took the Vault certification. It was challenging, but I really like it. Now I just aim towards to see like different companies that transition into like some sort of like secrecy management and start using Vault. I know there are some talks about that. I'm really looking forward for that because this would help me to understand what I need to do in order to like have some sort of secret management properly.
Yeah. To me, also Vault right now. I already did the transition from local secret management to Vault in my previous job, but right now we are having everything on Google KMS encrypted. But
yeah, same applies to me.
Yeah, we need to go for a more modern stuff. So even if you have like something leaked, you can just roll out and
especially rolling out service account keys. Like
for sure.
Should be straightforward for us. Yeah, and then we need to integrate just like, for example, my case with Kubernetes. Maybe integrate with like the cloud build, which is just used to build our artifacts. So I see that I have a potential on Vault on that sense.
Yeah, and it also integrates really well with Terraform. So
yeah. Oh, I was excited with what would be the newest thing for the Terraform. I really like the Terraform 1.2 that just put the pre-condition, post-condition. It was really good because there are some resources that we actually need to extract information from, and then have this post-condition. I can just use this as a trigger or to the next resource that I would use. So that really made my day today.
Yeah, to me it was also the pre and post condition. There are some more stuff incoming, but I cannot talk about it because I signed an NDA.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, from now until right now, yeah, for sure, pre and post conditions are the most nice stuff.
Yes.
I was waiting for something about Vagrant, but yeah, they don't have anything yet.
Yeah. I really like coming in person to any event because I mean, to me, it's just like I can connect with people. I feel that I'm really joining into a conference, seeing the talks. I mean, I like the virtual. I guess I just use a virtual as like if I cannot make it in person. Yeah. But I prefer like in person because to me it makes more sense. Like I understand that we just went through difficult times with the COVID, but like we are now post-COVID, where we can just live once and again and can do what we used to do back in time.
Yeah, and also when you are on virtual, you cannot get really focused on all that.
Yes.
Because you get distracted. People calls you and then you need to leave. When you are on an event, you can, for example, I'm coming by my company, so they know that I'm here. Mm-hmm. And if there's any problem, there's another people that they should contact. Yes. So I can really focus and see the things that I want to see. So yeah, presential is really better.
Yeah.
So I'm from Belgium. I'm from Santia, Belgium. We're a managed hosting provider across the Netherlands, Denmark, and Bulgaria. So the main reason we're here is usually for Terraform, as we're implementing it ourselves. But well, we want to see what's on the roadmap and what's going ahead in the future. Well, it's lovely. It's actually my first conference that I'm attending, but the speakers are amazing. The sessions are so interesting, and I've learned so much already. I'm curious to see how we're going to be able to implement it. I think the biggest challenge we're facing currently is, we have a lot of different cloud teams. We're all using Terraform individually, and we're looking forward to some sort of solution to combine everything into one big, manage it centrally, so everything is quite similar across all the teams. Most definitely the drift option in Terraform, because that's one of the biggest issues we're facing is, well, somebody makes a change manually or via the console and doesn't change any code or doesn't refresh states, and then, well, things break and then it's a hassle to fix it.